Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is AQR again, uh, and we have this particular activity sheet we're looking at comparing models. And in this example, we're taking a look at money savings over time. So Derek is trying to save money for the down payment on a used car. His parents have said that in an effort to help him put money aside, they'll pay him 10% interest on the money Derek accumulates each month. At the moment, he has saved $200. Suppose Derek does not add any money to the savings. Write a recursive rule and an explicit rule that model the money Derek will accumulate with only the additional interest of his parents' pay. So in this right here, we have a particular example. We are going to go ahead and use a couple of variables. N will be for the number of months. That's going to be for both of these. And then D will be for the dollars saved. Okay, so this is a good point where we can go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start this with the explicit function. That way we can go ahead and just start from there. So let me see. There's a formula that actually does this where we're going to go ahead and take D, that's equal to the amount of money that he saved, which is our principal, times 1 plus the rate to the power of t. So t is our time. Or actually, that should be n because we're looking at number of months. Actually, let's leave it like this. This is the actual thing that we usually use. So let's go ahead and start this. D is equal to 200 times 1 plus. Now, when we talk about 10%, we have to change that into a decimal, so that's going to be 0.10. So plus 0.10 to the power of n for the number of months, since he's getting extra money every month. Lucky guy. Now we can go ahead and simplify this a little bit. We're going to simplify that part. So D is going to be so simply equal to 200 times 1.10 to the power of n. And that's our explicit function. Very simple. For our other function, where for our recursive, let me write that down. Recursive, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. First, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a few things. What are we going to be doing mathematically? So, just coming up with the rule takes a little bit of time. This is N, this is D sub N, because that's dollars after certain months. We start at 0. I like to start at 0 because I just like it. It starts with $200. And then for the next month, we have 200 plus 200 times 0.1. Let me make sure that. Actually, let me go ahead and do a little bit of math. We can actually simplify that a little bit. I don't like this as much because that's a little bit too much, but it's really, really simple. So we just take 200 times 1.10. Okay, so that's going to give us whatever that is going to be. And, you know, I just like to go ahead and start out with the table just really quick. So it's 200 times 1.1, 220. So that's going to be over here for this particular thing, 220. And then, of course, with the next one, let me go ahead and give us some room to go ahead and do some extra work. So now we have 220 for that. So for number 2, that's going to be 220 times 1.10. And that's the way this is going to work from now on. So we're going to go ahead and check this right here. This one, since this is D sub 0, this is actually D sub 1. That's going to be equal to, we take the original thing, which is D sub 0 times 1.10. And so that's going to give us our formula that we're going to be using. So remember, this one relates to this particular number. Now to write this out, this is going to be d sub n is equal to, since right here to get 0 we had to take 1 minus 1, this is going to be d sub n minus 1 times 1.10. Now, right now you don't see the good things about this and how this is going to work. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to go ahead and make my formal sentence right here, where d sub 0 is equal to 200, because we have to know where we're going to start, and n is equal to, well, we're going to go ahead and do this right here. Since we started with this one, that's where we started work, n is equal to 1. So we have 1, comma, 2, comma, 3, all the way up to positive infinity, or until we actually just want to stop. And that's that for that. Now, this is actually going to be, you won't understand why it's actually better to use the explicit here or the recursive, but not until we actually get into some other parts. And you'll see this in a little bit. And actually, let me just go ahead and do that real quick. So now we have a slight change in our plans. In an effort, so this is number 3 on this, so we're going to be going ahead and going through this. This is just a taste. In an effort to speed up time needed to save 2,000, Derek decides to take on some jobs in his community. Suppose he commits to adding $50 per month to his savings, starting with the initial deposit from his parents. Fill in the table and the amount of money that Derek will have over several months. So we start out with that 200. Now to go ahead and do part of this process, that's 200 times 1.10 plus an extra $50 that he's going to put in that month. And so that's going to be 220 plus 50, that's 270. And what I want you guys to think about is, as we're accumulating the money here, we're adding 50 to that one. Can we go ahead and describe this using a regular linear equation? Just go ahead and think about that. And, are we going to have any difficulties in doing this? 347. So just think about that. Think about how to go ahead and come up with a recursive rule for this. And actually, it's quite simple. You just need a few little things. And that's about it. So I want you to go ahead and look at the video quiz, and we will go ahead and leave it at that. And have a very nice day.